leadership. Our speakers today, Professor John Bicheno and Rose Heathcote, are going to explain our overarching lean philosophy and also introduce you to the content, delivery and assessment of the new Masters programme. We'd love to get your questions as we go through the presentation. Please use the Q&A section of the Zoom session so that you can put your questions there, and we'll make sure we answer them at the end of the presentations. So our first speaker, I'm delighted to say, has been involved with shaping the lean landscape for more than 30 years now, both as a lecturer and a published author on the subject of lean. He's an emeritus professor at the University of Buckingham, Professor John Bicheno. John, over to you.
Okay, well, hi there, everyone. It's good to see some familiar people linked up. But so, what I thought I'd do is just say a few words about how the MSc started at Lean Enterprise Research Centre. Actually, of course, it started in 1998, which actually corresponded with the time of Rother and Schuch's Learning to See book come out. Now, so the structure was set up then about 23 years ago, and it's pretty well remained unchanged ever since. Of course, there's been quite a lot of tweaking that's going on, but so let's just think about some of the things that have happened. So that Six Sigma began to appear in the 2000s, A3 in 2005, TWI in 2008. I've just looked up some of these things. Kata 2010, Service about 2007. And also one of the things is that the original MSc had quite a lot of the students were line managers, practicing line managers, especially from automotive. In fact, this is not a surprise because the original MSc came out of the so-called Lean Leap program, which was an automotive supply chain program that was done at Cardiff. But over the intervening period, the range of people has changed a lot, and so that these days, I think the number of line managers has decreased, but been people like lean facilitators have come more online. But, of course, there's been huge changes, particularly over the last number of years. So let's just mention a few of these things. So, for example, AI and artificial intelligence, augmented reality, RPA, and but also, of course, and things like lean is green. That's although that didn't appear too much on our program, lean and green happened as risen in prominence. Also, of course, the whole agile movement, agile software, and so on, health, service. But also a big one on people and leadership. That's and strategy. These are more later developments. So actually the onset of the pandemic was quite an opportunity to stand back and have a look at the program and recast it in the light of many of these new developments. So in fact, the pandemic was a general disaster, but actually for the MSc was probably quite a good thing to stand back and let that happen. Also, I think we're very fortunate to have Rose. So now Rose is a person that I've been in touch with for the last 20 years, thereabouts. And I've known about what she's been doing in South Africa, of course, and working with Lean Enterprise Africa, and a lot of good work, including some books on lean health. So actually, when I heard that Rose was coming to live in England with her husband, I thought, well, this is just too good to be true. So we're very fortunate to get to have Rose to lead off this new program. So. But of course the original features of the program were that sort of, if you like, Gemba style teaching. So we wanted to teach quite a lot of it on site. Also, the program has been quite eclectic, and as far as it's not just sort of Toyota production system, it's all sorts of other viewpoints as well. And we think that that's a very important idea. And also, of course, international. So we've gained a lot through various international students. We probably have a look at the poll. So Okay, so that's where it's come from, and some of the great challenges and really I think that we say that there's a wonderful opportunity to now recast the whole program in a new light. And well, I'm delighted to have been speaking to Rose about the design of this new program. So, okay, there we go. Yeah.
Thanks, John. No, that's awesome. So, and that's a great introduction. I really appreciate that. It's a real honor for me to be a part of this university, and in particular, this program with such a rich history, such incredible potential for the future, I think. And of course, some very talented prospective students who are showing an interest in joining us. So it is a privilege to carry this program forward. And I suppose I should say to you all that I actually pledge to do the very best I can for this program. My heart's in it. It's really in it. So from my side, a very warm welcome. It is a pleasure to have you here. Nice spread from around the world, as far as the US, it seems. And thanks for your time. I really hope that the time you spend with us this morning is worth your while. Now, you're here to hear more about the program. So I have actually prepared a little bit of an introduction for you. And, you know, I realize it means you're going to have to sit through what I call a bit of a push lecture. So I apologize for that. But we actually have quite a few people here today. So it seemed the easiest way to get across the details so that it also can stimulate you to ask us some questions when you've seen what we've covered. So bear with us while we take you through the nuts and bolts of the program. It's a good 20 minutes long, so hang in there. It's also pre-recorded, so you might need to adjust your sound a little bit to suit. So just give yourself a chance to do that. And then when this intro is done, we'll both be happy to answer your questions that you put in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer them in the time that we have. So please don't be shy. We, of course, learn from your questions and what you have on your mind. So we're very interested to hear that. And if we don't have the answer today, we will make sure that we get you that answer. So Alex, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to share my screen. And I'm going to start the video. So just remember to adjust your sound if you need to.